that's already kind of success. I know not a success you want to have, but I have the strong feeling we come again. Well, that's how it is, because the boys are really competitive. We have an outstanding group together. We will have again an outstanding group together next year, and then we go again. And we have to try it a bit more often than others, but no problem.
That's what you did last time in Kiev. You came back in Madrid. So
where's the next year? Istanbul, or where? Champions League final. Yeah. Book the hotel.
Put it in the diary. Yeah. Thanks, Jürgen.
Welcome.
Hold on a minute. That's what Liverpool fans want to hear, isn't it?
I think that sums him up. He's disappointed. He's hurting right now, but there's no doubt about it. Him and his team will be back. Salah's already said that he's going to be here next year. I know there's a bit of noise around Mane, but why would you want to leave this Liverpool team? Because you know they're going to be competitive at the business end of the season. OK, they never won the league in the last few weeks, and they've come up short tonight, but they've attacked everything and they've been, this close away from having an incredible season.
So how do we sum up the season then? Because it feels ridiculous to call it a disappointing season when you win 2 trophies. To account they lost the league by 1 point and they got to the final and dominated for large periods. Like, that is a part of the story.
Well, there's disappointment at the end of the season, no question about it. All those Liverpool players and fans around the world will be disappointed. But what you've got to remember is about 7 days ago we were talking about this could be the biggest, the best season of all time, ever. So you can't go from that to just saying, it's disappointing. You've got to take, put it into perspective. 2 trophies, 1 point away from winning the league on 92 points. 1 step away from the Champions League. Yes, it's been disappointing at the end, but when you put it into perspective, this is a seriously, seriously good team who will pick up plenty of trophies in the future.
Yeah, they will. But there's no doubt in my mind that these guys will be on the beaches or wherever they'll be on their holidays, and they'll have huge disappointment. They'll be having nightmares about this for this whole summer. And them 2 trophies that they've won won't do anything to kind of appease that, unfortunately. I had seasons where we won the league, we lost the Champions League on the last day, and the summer was ruined, didn't even enjoy it. So they haven't even won the league. So it's going to be a tough summer for them, but I think that the motivation's there for them guys. And like the guys said, this is a team that's going to be in contention in Europe and domestically for many seasons to come now. The way they recruit at the moment, they've been fantastic in that department, and the culture that they've got set at the club right now is one where you feel players are going to rather come to rather than wanting to leave.
The biggest thing was Jürgen signing the deal. You know they're going to be there and thereabout when the big prizes are given out. As long as he's at this club, he's going to be challenging, because he pushed them all away, and they're going to need Jürgen now to reset, get some rest, refreshen up, and come back bigger and stronger next year.
And what's the right way for him to deal with this now? Is it just to let the players go on holiday, have a break, don't think about football for a few weeks, and then come in and kind of address things?
You have to take the batteries out. These guys have been going at it. Like we said before, they've played every single game available to them in the calendar. So you've got to let them go away, recharge, take their mind off football. But that's very much easier said than done. To tell these guys to do that,
they're littered with internationals, so they've got to go and play 3, 4, 5 internationals now, which Jürgen won't like that. Yeah. But he needs to be.
Someone's got to go and qualify for a World Cup.
Exactly, but they do need 3-4 weeks at the back end of these internationals to reset physically and mentally, because they're probably going to have to play a similar number of games next year, because they're a difficult team to beat.
What about as a manager? How have you found, obviously physically it's incomparable, but the mental drain of management compared to being a player?
Well, I've got about 5 minutes left of work, and then I'm switching off for 3-4 weeks. I'm going away. No, you've got to, because it is draining. It is 24/7, especially if you're Jürgen Klopp. You're going in a European competition as well. It's probably been relentless for him since, when would you say they returned? Early July.
Yeah.
So the guy deserves a break. He'll be on a beach next week, I'm sure, with a cold beer, a cigarette. He'll be reflecting, he'll be analysing, but he'll also remind himself that he's managing one of the best and strongest teams in the world, and he knows he's one of the best. He's calm, he's collective, and just that last comment there in the interview, he knows he'll be back, and it won't be too long.
I'll tell you what he will be a little bit worried about though is the squad in terms of those front players. Salah, yes, he said I'll stay for another year, but that just papers over a crack for a year. I'm not sure Liverpool will want him to do that extra year if he's not going to sign. All of a sudden, not going to let him go for free next summer. And of course Sadio Mane as well, so that will capture his thoughts over the next couple of weeks as well, as he's trying to relax. And
it's constant evolution though, isn't it? You don't relax at all. I'll tell you what, let's get some more reaction, because Seema is up on the platform, and look who she's with. Seema.
Thank you, Jake. Well, actually, let's just continue that conversation about Liverpool here, because It's been a sensational season for them, but in the last week it's ended in disappointment. What's the biggest thing that Liverpool will have learnt from tonight, do you think, Owen?
I thought they were unlucky. I thought Stevie said, they didn't really do anything wrong. Courtois had probably one of the best games we've ever seen from a goalkeeper in a final. He made big saves at crucial moments, and that's, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He showed that. Real Madrid had great experience in crucial moments that helped them win the game. I don't think, Liverpool did much wrong. Real Madrid just had a game plan and it worked. Credit Carlo Ancelotti, one of the greatest managers we've ever had. With that group of players, the experience that they had, they did enough. Liverpool had a very good season, could have been one of the best seasons ever, and it just shows you, Seema, the margins are fine. We saw it in the Premier League, only losing by a point, and now in the Champions League. So they've had a very, very good season, one of the best sides in the world of football. They'll be there again. They're too good, and they're getting better every season, Seema.
Without a doubt, Liverpool will bounce back from this, won't they, Crouchy? But Don Carlo, he strikes again. How does he keep doing it year in, year out?
No, he's an incredible manager, an incredible man. I think we need to respect Real Madrid and their performance defensively. I thought they were fantastic. They beat Paris Saint-Germain, and we always talk about how amazing the Premier League is. They've beat our three best teams in the Premier League, and they've done it over the course of two legs, and they deserve winners today.
They have that something special when it comes to this competition. What is it, Owen?
History, experience. I think Mac had touched on it before the game. The fact that you're playing with so much pride, representing the history, the great players. They're all here. We saw Zidane in the crowd, Ronaldo, Raul, Hiero was here as well. You're playing to represent those guys that created this legacy, and you can just see, even though they're under the caution, they were against Chelsea and PSG and Man City, they can hang in there. They have the experience to hang in there, take it, and then they know they're going to get a moment where they can go and win the game, and that's exactly what happened.
But Liverpool, obviously, they'll be incredibly down at the moment, and they'll think, it's so difficult to pick themselves back up, but they can look at themselves in the mirror and know they've had a fantastic season. So close to doing something that no one's ever achieved, and it's ripped away from them today, but they've had an amazing season, and they'll bounce back next year.
And you think about the signings and the players that have come in. Can you imagine someone like Diaz has only been here since January? What can they achieve when he's with them for a full season?
I just think the whole squad, is fantastic. They're improving every season. Boys mentioned the recruitment is outstanding. They got one of the best managers